Wilkinson here again, and today I wanted to look at a super simple drum beat, an actual drum beat rather than just a rhythm that we're going to turn into a beat. And this is, I would say, growing up as a young drummer, one of those beats that I heard everywhere. I grew up in the 90s, and this is what I would recognise as being an indie rock drum beat. So I'm talking about bands like Oasis and Blur in the UK, who were, massive indie bands of the 90s. And here's the drum beat one more time for you. Okay, and there are loads and loads and loads and loads of different variations of that beat, different kick drum patterns, adding crashes, open hi-hats, drum fills into it, more or less kind of those in-between snare drums, but this is just one version of it that I wanted to share with you guys today. So let's get started. Okay, so here's how I want to approach learning this. I want to split it into 3 sections. So we're going to learn pattern 1, pattern 2 and pattern 3. Okay, so here's the first pattern. I'm going to play it to you first and then we'll talk about it. So it goes like this. Super easy, okay? Hopefully you guys have got a few drum beats under your belt already, which will make learning this one a little bit easier. So here's the first pattern. All we're going to play is bass and hi-hat, snare and hi-hat. Just those 3 hits on the drum. Boom, boom, gap. And it goes like this. Have a little watch. Okay, so that's pattern 1. Make sure you can play that before you move on to this next bit. And this is pattern 2. And all we've got to do is count to 5. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sticking wise, all we're going to play is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, your leading hand, my right hand, is on the hi-hat. My left hand's on my snare, so it should sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it, that's pattern 2. Let's try and put pattern 1 and pattern 2 together. So remember, pattern 1 was bass, snare, and you want a hi-hat with each of those. It's just a bit hard to say bass and hi-hat, snare and hi-hat, without running out of breath. So we get bass, snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try that, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's loop that round a few times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully, with me kind of like turning my shoulder there, you get the idea of that. You want to just loop that round, get comfortable with it, because the last bit, pattern 3, is super easy. All we've got to do is play this. That's it. So we just get a snare and hi-hat, followed by a hi-hat on its own. Okay? So pattern 1 was bass, snare, don't forget those hi-hats. Pattern 2 is our numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pattern 3, we play snare and hi-hat, followed by hi-hat. That's it. So have a listen to me play it all the way through, and then start joining in with me, and hopefully you'll have it in no time. Any questions, let me know. And that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass, snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Snare and bass, snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Snare and keep it going. So hopefully once you've got that down, you get your metronome out, you're going to practice it so that you're perfectly in time, and also so you can track your speed and your endurance. And what I mean by that is it's no good if you can play it quite fast, but after a couple of times through you're on the floor collapsed in a heap, gasping for air because you're worn out. Okay, you need to work on your drummer fitness level with everything you do with your drumming so that you can, you know, you think about most songs, they're about 3-4 minutes long, unless it's a punk song, might be 30 seconds. Anyway, in all seriousness, just make sure that the beats and fills that you can play, even the warm-up ideas, make sure you can play them for 2 or 3 minutes without stopping. Hopefully you'll practice the indie rock beat and work on your speed. So you want to play it a little bit faster, and if you play it real fast, it kind of sounds a bit like a drum and bass beat. Boom boom gat 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 gat, boom boom gat 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 gat. Has that kind of vibe to it. But you can play it slow, get out some Oasis records, have a bit of a jam along, and the main thing, have fun with this, okay? Get it up and running. Once you've got it up and running, try out a crash in, maybe put some drum fills in as well. I'm going to have a bit of a jam just to finish off with. Hopefully it gives you a few ideas to do your thing with it. And hit me up with any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.